Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play RimWorld. My name is AutumnSeeker, and this is a game that I've actually enjoyed for a very long time, and we're going to load up in here. There's the option to create new world. What this means, the difference between create new world and create new colonies, that you can actually generate an entire world and then pick an area to start in, so that like basically it's limitless. It's really cool in that way. It's similar to Dwarf Fortress. This whole game is very you can tell that it wears its inspiration from games like Dwarf Fortress on its sleeve. So I'm just gonna create a new colony because I have a few worlds generated. So this is actually really cool. There's the option of having different storytellers. This basically kind of dictates the way that you play the game. Like Cassandra, this is your basic game. You'll basically get like a steadily increasing, as it says, curve of challenge and tension. So this basically means that it's a normal game. You play, it's kind of, you'll see when we actually get into the game, but basically it's a steady curve of increasing tension. Phoebe chillax. Basically, this is soft core. No one cares. Like there's still an ever climbing scale of difficulties, but you'll get less enemy encounters and raider encounters and stuff like that. And this guy, Randy Random, Randy doesn't follow rules. He'll generate random events, and he doesn't care if they make a story of triumph or utter hopelessness. It's all drama to him. So I'm actually really not sure if he actually. I don't usually choose him, but I'm not sure if that means that he'll just pick like really late game enemies. But I'm just gonna pick Cassandra Classic, and I'm gonna go with threats are scaled back quite a bit. I'm gonna go with Rough. Rough is basic difficulty as I consider it. It's tough, definitely, and I guess I'll go with I'll go with this world, I guess. And then we're going to select a place in the world. So this screen might seem a little intimidating because when we click on something, there's a whole list of functions right here. I'm not going to worry about it, but basically what we're looking for is an area that can grow stuff. Temperate forest, mountainous, growing period May through August. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to actually... Average temper in January, -8. This is actually a good starting world for us to play in. All right, so I'm going to select this site. So, okay, so here's the thing. You actually get to pick these three guys. Now, you have to go through random guys. You have to go through random peoples for their stats. And as you can see, when you randomize them, you'll see different kind of, everyone has their different benefits. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut ahead to when I've actually picked three really good guys, then I'll kind of go over their stats in a bit. So I'll be right back. And we're back. So I kind of fast forwarded through that just so that I could kind of look at and make sure that I have characters with a good varying degree of stats. It takes a little while to pick good characters. I'll kind of go over right now what each of these kind of does and which ones we should at least focus on. And as you can see, this character, Carrie, she is a female colonist of colony, whatever that means, age 50. And as you can see right there, 3,244. When you see these dates in parentheses, that's how long she's been in like cryosleep. So kind of an interesting thing about this world, it's in the future, and most of these characters will have been in cryosleep for a little while. Like this character's 2,000. So this is a teenage. So I guess I have all females. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Gender doesn't really matter in the game, but their stats do, and their age kind of does. So the way that things kind of work is that you'll have an age like this, and if your character is older, I think it has more to do with how skilled they are at stuff. I think that your characters can eventually die of old age, and they'll maybe be more like brittle. Like if something attacks it, they'll be more susceptible to it. I think that's the reason, because like say we go to the next character, she's 17 and her stats are much lower, but she has a wider array of stuff that she can actually get into. So that might be also that might also be the case for that. But yeah, and then we have these characters. So I picked this character because she has high construction, high medicine, and high research. Actually, I think I might actually change this character. I'm gonna change it just a little bit, and you guys can see the re-rolling for this one specific guy. Maybe have a character who's good with cooking. Yeah, they have 2 flames for cooking. Flames is passion, so that means that your characters can level up their learning capability, and if they do that, this will basically put a 1.5 times multiplier on how quickly they learn something, which is actually very useful. You can see that she has like a 0 affinity of level 0 of shooting. She can eventually get better at shooting, but there's these little markings that's disabled, which means that they can't do that at all. So yeah. And she's also good at mining, so that's actually a really good character. Yeah, so these are our characters. I'm actually gonna name them. The middle one is their basically just pet name or whatever. This is what we'll be calling them. So Shigeko, I'm gonna call you, since you're gonna be our cook, we're gonna call you, oh geez, my caps lock is on. I'm gonna call you Cookie Monster. I'm gonna call you Cookie M. And your main focus is on research. So you know what I'm gonna call you? I'm gonna call you Beaker. And yes, they're all gonna be Muppet names because that's how I live my life. I am a man-child. And this character is, I kind of want to call her Honeydew, but, you know what? Since it's the only character who's relatively good at shooting, I'm going to call you Animal. Yeah, it's a good name. So Animal, Beaker, and Cookie Monster. Yep. So that's what our character is going to be named. We're going to be meeting some other characters later in the game, so that's going to be fun. All right, so now our world is generated, and you can see. All right, I'm going to pause, and you're going to notice that I'm going to be pausing a lot in this game. And that's because it's a strategy game, so you're going to want to pause it, think about what you're going to do, set up some actions for your characters to do. And yeah, so first we're going to kind of look around the area. There's a spawn of these creatures, so part of the story is that we crash land on this random rando planet, and so there's these aliens. These are Muffalo, a lot like Buffalo, except they're aliens, and they're really easy to kill for their meat. Buck and Buffalo are essentially, I think the creators might be Canadian, because that's natural. Canadian things. I'm from Canada, by the way, just so that you know. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so what is over here that's really, really good is this hole in the ground, which is a geothermal vent. We can't quite access geothermal as a power supply, and we'll go over power supplies in the future, but it's very good. And also there's a huge, hefty supply of ore right there, so this is possibly the best spot. Also it'll be relatively easy. I'm trying to think, because we're going to be wanting to set up a base, and I don't know if this is going to be enough space. Also, we're going to be looking at planting areas as well. But I might just take this whole area, because I was thinking initially of going here, because this would be a very good area to kind of patch up. But I'm not sure. Tricky. Maybe I could just use this as like a supply area, and because I could just board this up and then just, ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. So this game is like a base building game, and then you fight against monsters and such, and it's kind of all about survival at the beginning. But here's the deal. I'm gonna be setting up, okay, this is cool. I'm excited about this now. Maybe I'll just kind of go a little bit more into it. I'll let my survivors fall wherever they may. So this is the cargo hold. They're basically lone survivors. And your first priority is to build stuff. So we already have a bit of food, and when you first land, your first priority is going to be basically allowing your characters to lift these things because it's basically they're disabled. So just press F, F. Usually you can highlight over like all of them into like all of them at once, but just because they're all here, because they're gonna when you highlight over, the initial thing that they're gonna be highlighted over is your guys, so you can draft them easily. That's for battling. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is, and I know this is gonna be thrilling, so I'm actually probably gonna cut ahead a little bit, but we're gonna be setting their manual priorities so that we have kind of a set of what we're going to be doing in the beginning. So I'll be right back. So as you can see, I've changed around all of the priorities on these guys just so that we've kind of specified out what they can do. So what's cool about RimWorld is you can set priorities for what people do, and you can set what priority over what thing. So number 4 priority is, so number 1 is more important than 4. So say this character was being, was constructing, building something. No, wait. Say they were growing something, but there was a fire. They would go to the fire instead. So that's what that is. We've got a few different characters, and they're going to be all doing different things. You can see that I've kind of set all these things to different sort of dealios. Okay, so this character, say, is going to be mainly focused on mining. That's all they're going to do, essentially, because they've already kind of focused on that. This character is going to be a little bit more focused on construction and growing. So that's what they're going to be doing. I think they're mainly going to be growing, because you can see they have 2 ability in that. So, and also food is really important in the beginning. And this character is going to be, I think she's our food person. No, this person's our food person. She is, I think she's just helping out with construction. She has really good high social stat, which is actually really important. She's one of our more important characters in the game. So, as you can see, I know we're so far in the video and we haven't even unpaused the game yet, but it's important to kind of like look around and set things up before you start playing, and that's a huge part of the game. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up our area in here, and what's going to be cool about that is we're going to basically be building like a wall to keep this in. Also, as you can see, the game is it's very like, here you go, here's some supplies right off the bat. So here's some metal. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the work menu. No, we're actually going to go to this menu that is kind of covered up by my XSplit icon, so I can't really see it, but it's useful and I'm glad it's there. So I'm not going to complain. All right, I'm going to go to orders. I'm going to get somebody to mine all this stuff out. And what we're going to do is that we're going to build our home in this area. So I'm going to get that mined all the way out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build maybe an area right in the side of this wall. And yeah, I am going to be living in here. I'm going to set up a little house in there. You might wonder, you might be wondering, hey, wouldn't it be more useful to like just dig into like the center of a mountain and kind of build a little bit more like in Minecraft? But no, it's actually it's a little bit more quicker and a lot more beneficial to just build your own house. But I'm mining these materials because they're actually very important, especially because we're going to be focusing on getting some power for the start. But I'm going to unpause and actually wait. That's actually not true. I'm lying. I'm actually going to set some people to actually start mining and have them hopefully come up. So I usually play, there's another, this would also be a good spot too, but there's also this place I think is like rough slate, so you can't grow anything on there. That's why I'm kind of like stingy about going up here, because there's no growing spots, but there is a little area right here where I can grow stuff, so I guess it's fine. I'm usually very careful where I can grow, because growing is a huge part of the way I play the game, because you need to be able to grow stuff in this game. All right, so I'm going to unpause and let these guys come up. And I'm also going to, I always play in fast forward. So I'm going to watch my little guys. Also, after a certain patch, I think, is that domesticated? No. Usually you start off with a dog. I'm not sure where it went. Maybe it's following us. But yeah, usually you start, there it is. This is Dixie. She's a male Yorkshire. He is a male Yorkshire Terrier. Not the best name for Dixie for a male terrier, but anyway. So yeah, these guys are mining. As you can see, they're getting steel. Steel is oh geez, that character is super puking. Not good. So yeah, they're basically all mining these materials, and then they're gonna go and they're gonna eat, as they are wont to do. I'm gonna have them equip these weapons later, but I think I'm not gonna focus on that now because raiders won't come get us. Like raiders won't start to come till later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to focus on mining this area out. And I'm going to set this. I'm going to go to furniture, sleeping spot. These are not actually, like when you go here, they're actually for constructing things. These are not actually built. They're just areas for your characters to sleep, which is important. And they care about it, but we're going to be replacing that with real beds real soon. As soon as we mine out all this stuff, we're going to have our characters actually just go to sleep. So where's that other character going? Are you eating more? It's not good. Don't eat more. Eat less. So as this goes on, these characters are going to probably... Some of them might die, some of them might not. And we're also not just going to have these 3 characters. We're going to have even more characters, so that's going to be fun. What are you doing? Wake up. You got so much work to do. As you can see, actually, I'll look here in their needs. You can see all of what they're feeling, and their mood is actually something, and it's gotten a lot less intense with updates, but their mood is very important to upkeep, or else they will go freaking bananas, and there's a chance you can lose them. They'll either die or just wander off, which is not good. And it's a real pain in the neck, especially if you either have raiders coming. Yeah, so it's just not good. So as you can see, very low expectations. That's good. You should have low expectations if you're starting a new colony. New colony optimism, so that's +10. Had good social chat, 8. Feeling good. In a little pain, ugly environment, slept outside, slept on the ground, slept in cold. So we're going to want to get these guys beds immediately. And that's what we're going to do. So Cookie Monster was also showcasing something that your colonists will do. They actually have like social time. Like they're not just little worker bees. They do have like personalities and feelings and whatever that is. Who even cares about that, right? No, but they have stuff that they'll want to do, and they'll do cloud watching, and they'll just kind of relax, which is cool. And we'll build stuff for them to entertain them a little bit. Animal is mining out that. She gets to work immediately, while Cookie Monsters is kind of like, oh, cookies. All right, Beaker, meet your way to a better world. So our first area is going to be definitely a little rough. And we're also going to be, this is saying, basically build a room. I'm not going to worry about building a room right now. Well, we will. As soon as this is all mined out, we will get right on that. But for now, it's going to take another day, which is not ideal. I wish they were already done, but it's not already done. But this steel is so useful. You guys don't even know. But yeah. Okay, that's all set up. Sleep there. At least they're not sleeping in the rain. I'm happy for that. They're good. Beaker, get in there, you silly goose. Did I just say silly goose? Oh my jeez. Jeez. All right. So this geothermal vent, we're not going to worry about right now, but in the future, it's going to be useful. You can essentially build geothermal power facilities because you're gonna need to power your area. And the reason why this is good is because our main source of power is going to be here, I'll go to it. Power. It's going to be solar generators. They're the best source of power. I don't really like using wind turbines because they're not really, they take up a lot of space and I just don't like them. If there's empty space in the map that you really need to use them, maybe they're good, but I have just never had good luck with them. But geothermal is really good because it's consistent power all the time and it gets out a lot of power. The problem is you need to research it, which will come later in the game. It's not a bad thing, basically, but come on, please just kind of work with me here on this mining thing. I should also mine down here because we want as much. All right, 3 colonists idle. That's because they don't have anything to do. So what we're gonna do is, what we're gonna do, what we gonna read. All right, actually they're gonna mine this steel because I'm a little greedy when it comes to that. So hopefully, hey, you know what? No, you. Oh yeah, you're already mining that. Good. No, you mine this before bed. I want all this stuff done. Done. Hey, you don't even get to sleep. Beaker, don't even. Yeah, that's good. You can go to sleep now. Now is your optimal time for sleeping. All right. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set up the first building. So we're gonna go into structure, steel wall, wood. So with most things, if you right click on it, you can see that you get other options. So you don't have to build a silver wall, a steel wall, or a wood wall. Silver, by the way, is the currency. So you might not want to be building stuff out of silver. It's basically like building gold stuff. It's useful. There's trading capacities later in the game, but I'm not going to worry about any of that stuff right now. What I am going to be worried about, though, is... so that might be a good place for... Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at where would be a good place to store stuff, because we're going to need to worry about that in the future. But first, I think I'm going to be starting to build some rooms. I'm also not going to be... This is going to look real ugly, and my colonists are going to think that it's real ugly. But honestly, I don't give a rat's patootie about what they think. Did I just say rat's patootie? I'm too PG. What's even going on in my life? All right, so I'm going to make each of these rooms 3 by 3 so that they like the rooms that they're in. Except this one. This is going to be Cookie Monster's room, because Cookie Monster is a diva, and Cookie Monster needs all the room. So yeah, this is the if you're really good, you get all this room. And I'm also going to be mining this out just to make it so that we can make another room out of it. So the reason we cleared that out is just because we needed the ore for it anyway. Okay, so I'm hoping they'll wake up, mine this area out, and then I'll make a wall out of it. Look, it's real rough right now, but Sparland. You know what we're going to call it? And I know this doesn't make any sense, but I think it sounds nice as a name. I'm going to call it AutumnSeeker Isle. Bam. Picked it. Done. It's done. Yeah, so they're going to have to move stuff out of the way, and 2 colonists idle. That's not good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually now that we have basically somebody who's going to be like our foreman, he's going to be in charge of constructing constructing things. So one sec. First, go into structure, build some wooden walls. Bam. So this area is going to be our colonist first area to sleep in. And as you can see, we have one more. That's just in case we either get a prisoner or another colony member, whatever. So first we're going to do is we're going to go to zones, and we're going to make some growing areas, because growing stuff is very important to get done in the start. So in the start. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just make as big of an area as I can. And this isn't my pretend OCD kicks in, and I want it all to be flat, and I want it all to be in nice little squares, but I can't do that because especially here, as you can see, we can't grow in these areas. I wish there was an ability like terraforming that I could make it so that I could grow there, but I can't. So you first start off with potato plants. I think, potatoes, they're going to get sick of it real quick. You know what? No, I've decided against it. I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to make a different zone. I'm going to zone it differently. So this is, I think this is for like colony health. I don't think it matters later, but I'm going to have half potatoes. And I'm going to have half. Oh, gosh darn it. I didn't. Look, I didn't want it that way. All right, there's probably an easier. Hey, get out of here. There's probably an easier way to do this, but I'm going to do half. I'm going to do half potatoes and then half another starch. Look, it's not ideal, but I think it's important. So I'm going to do you know what? Potatoes and corn. It's not ideal, but okay, whatever. Right. So now these people will definitely have stuff to do. 2 colonists idle. What are you? Did I not set the work schedule good enough? All right, I'm going to have those on 4, so they'll never have an excuse that they have nothing to do. And I'm also going to construct. Oh, construction is also high. Do we not have any wood at all? Is that the problem? I think that might be the problem, guys. All right, this is all stuff that our characters could be using, but they choose not to because it is selected as not usable. So now nobody can possibly be idle at all. They're going to be super focused on building these things, which is really good. I'm hoping that they won't run out of wood. I don't think they will. So what I'm going to do is also I'm going to be building beds and doors and all sorts of all that jazz. And all that jazz. All right, so I think they've run out of. I think beaker. A beaker rhymes with seeker. Oh, visitor! Somebody's coming. I don't really know what the visitors do, to be honest. I think it will, if you have your like nice amenities, it'll make people want to come visit you. But I don't really know what that does. So I guess that's whatever. I'm also going to set up a work schedule. No, not a work schedule. I'm going to set up orders. I'm going to order people to cut all these trees down. Oh, no. Chop wood. It's actually good that they separated that. But yeah, I'm going to order like all these trees to be chopped down. And she's going to be worried about that. And I'm going to make some beds. And I don't want steel beds. I have definitely enough steel to do it, but I am going to make these 3 steel beds. I'm also going to be making some doors. Orders. Furniture. It would be in structure. These menus, I'm not really going to explain too much. You guys aren't playing the game. You can watch. You don't get to play. Sorry. I wonder what. Okay, I'll go to work, see what the plant cutting, which is right here. Bump that up to 2. Get those trees cut immediately. What we're also going to be doing is probably cut the next after we're done like constructing all of these rooms. We're going to be mining out this area and then starting to build another section. So that we'll have maybe a meeting room for food and such. That is a lot of steel that we have right off the bat. We're also going to be wanting to build a stock room because stuff can go bad. Like, I don't think this can like spoil. Nah, steel can't spoil at all. So I might actually have it. No, yeah, I'll actually have that set outside. But things like this, as you can see, the quality will go down over time. So if you have like just random crap laying out in the wilderness, it'll basically go bad in a way. Like it'll just kind of be like, oh, it's been out in the elements for a while. The same kind of thing will go with like dead animal bodies as well. I'm also going to, now that we've kind of started off, and I know that this area is still being planted, we're also going to go into the hunting phase because we're going to need 1 hunter, one huntress, which is probably going to be the way it's going to go. Who's good at hunting? This character, this character's not good at hunting. Well, let me be completely honest about that, but she really likes to hunt. So that's the important thing, right? So I'm going to set her priority number 1 to hunting. So who needs animal? Of course it's animal, right? What she's going to be doing is she's going to pick up the best gun that we have. Where are the guns? There they are. All right, that's probably really annoying. Okay, so she's gonna equip the survival rifle. I'm not gonna have her kill that alpaca, but I am gonna make her hunt some buck. Because right now we're gonna be kind of worried about food production. Or should I make her do that right now? I actually think because we're gonna be, we need a food source, right? But we don't have a place or power or anything to do that, so I'm just gonna have these guys cut down trees, and I'm also gonna have, oh, that place, I'm gonna get rid of this sleeping spot. Deconstruct, gone. So they're gonna be building these beds, and once all these beds and all these doors are built, I'm going to get rid of these. So one by one, I'll get rid of each of these, because my peoples probably do not like sleeping on the ground, I would say. I think these are all set as individual buildings. And it might as well be. Cookie Monster, can you just... Oh, oh, they're all built. They're all built. They're all good. We're all good in the hood. All right, they're probably... Oh, look at my room. It's full of steel. Great. Okay, so I'm going to set my order L. Mine. All right. So I think that's going to be the end of this episode. We've kind of got a bit done. We've kind of got the groundwork for our colony. We've got these two different. We've got our corn and our potato plants. We got colony rooms. They're cutting down plants. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. And if you guys want to watch the next video, come back. We'll be setting up some power plants and stuff. Thanks. Bye.